All right, this is Coach Eddie. I don't know how you're doing today, but I'm doing better than good. Now, it doesn't matter what you don't have, what you have, it's just enough. So, it's a new day, and I want you to be excited about it. I'm excited, decisive, always in excitement, boxing in the euphoria of the moment. And all that has happened yesterday and all that has happened before now ended last night because yesterday is past and today is the first day of the rest of your life. Last week we looked at mental resilience, where we looked at different things that you need to bring on board, perception, changing your mindset, leaving the path of least resistance, leaving the zone of comfort and convenience. But today we'll be looking at the power of positive affirmation. Come on, the power of positive affirmation. And I'm bringing much energy into this. Today I want you to realize something, that what you say is what manifests for you. What you say, it's what manifests for you. Now, in some of the series, we'll be looking at the power of the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, but we'll be looking at the power of positive affirmation. So 4 things that we're going to go, and it's a circle, and I want you to follow me on this. Now, the first part of this is think it. You've got to think it. Then the second part is to speak it. The third part is to act it. Then the fourth part is you becoming it. So think it, speak it, act it to become it. How can you, begin to visualize what and manifest what you're visualizing? You can do that when you begin to think about it. Now, your thoughts are ideas, that are better than the soil of curiosity, but are watered with imagination. Ideas are those thoughts. They are thoughts, that are better, in the soil of curiosity, but they are watered in imagination. So when you begin, listen to this, when you begin to think the future you want to achieve, to think the future you want to capture, all you need to do is to begin to speak positively to that future you're thinking. So what you speak and what you're thinking must align. Come on. So how are you thinking? What are you thinking about? It's a function of, the things that, you see, the things that you hear, the things that, you find around you, because your environment is a reflection of your consciousness. Your environment is a reflection of your consciousness. So what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you can touch, form, the basis of your thought process. And I'm going to take you through the thought process. Now, the thought process, it harbors, the things that comes in form of, visualization, what you can visualize, what you can see. And that has to do with 4 components: exploration, synthesis, analysis, and presentation. So your mind explores. It's called mind mapping. Now, there's a difference between mind wandering and mind mapping. When your mind wanders, it's distracted. Too many stuff you're trying to comprehend at once, and you're having your mind distracted. But when you're looking at mind mapping, you're trying to converge. Everything is like convergent light. You're trying to bring all the rays into one spot, and to bring out some form of energy from it. So what you need to do is to explore. That is mind wandering, mind mapping, and not mind wandering. Then you move to analysis. Now you analyze it in your mind. You have to analyze what you're thinking, what your mind explores. Then you move to synthesis. You have to break them down into bits. Then you have to present it to your mind, for your mind to begin to see the possibility and the positivity in it. And it has to do with your belief system too. Now, if your belief system is not positive, I heard that from Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein once said, if your belief system is not positive enough, then you have to believe in someone's belief until your belief sets in positively. If your belief over something is not positive enough, then you've got to believe in someone's belief that believes in that belief positively until your belief sets in positively. So as you're thinking it, you're trying to comprehend it in your mind, because if you cannot comprehend it in your mind, you cannot apprehend it with your hands. So you have to think it, then you speak it. Now, speaking it means you're giving it some energy, you're giving it some power, you're empowering that thought that you've seen. Now, that picture that you have created in your mind, you need to speak to that picture to bring it into manifestation. But mind you, in between what you see, what you visualize, and what manifests for you, there's opposition. The fear, worry, doubt, FWD, fear, worry, doubt, they will come. Those opposing forces will come to let you know, oh wow, you're not good enough, you can't do the stuff, it's not real, it's a fantasy in the way of your reality. All of these thoughts will come, but you have to stay glued to the goal. You have to stay focused on the goal. So what you need to do is to speak it. Speak to that situation. Speak to that thing that you want. You're looking at the power of positive affirmation. Speak to it. Speak to that, dream. Speak to that goal that you want to achieve. And you begin to see yourself, empowering it. Then the next thing, after speaking is to act it. Now, action is something that you have to do. Now, action goes beyond just desire. Action goes beyond just interest. Action goes beyond just deciding. Now, it's one thing to desire, it's one thing to be desirous of something, but it's another thing to taking action. Now, when you take action, now all you're doing it, I've refused, to stay in that comfort zone. I've refused, to stay status quo. I want to take a change. I want to make a change, by going through that change. I want to make a change by taking that action. Now, the journey of 1,000 miles, like Lao Tzu would say, begins with one step. Robert Schuller once said, by the yard is hard, but inch by inch, everything is a cinch. By the yard is hard, but inch by inch, everything is a cinch. The meaning of this is, by the yard, when you take it big, when you take the goals too big, it might look difficult. But when you break it down into beats, so everything becomes a possibility. So that is why he said, by the yard is hard, but inch by inch, everything is a cinch. There's a possibility. There's a possibility in this. So once you can think it, once you can speak it, once you can act it, then you can become it. How do you become it? There's a process to this. Now, in becoming it, you must see it. You must be able to see it to seize it. You must be able to imagine it for it to emerge for you. So all that you need to do is to begin to see what you want to achieve, to begin to speak what you want to achieve, and to begin to act towards it. An action has to be taken, and that action has to be in the direction of the preferred destination you want to get to. Albert Einstein once said also that this thinking that I'm thinking has created a problem that this thinking can't solve. So in order to solve the problem that this thinking has created, there has to be a new dimension of thought. You have to change the whole process of thinking. Sometime in the series, I'll be looking at thought process, where I'll be talking about thoughts and how you can create your belief, the belief creating your emotion creating your value creating your character modeling your behavior, and your behavior affecting or influencing your result. But, I'm going to save it for the next series. But in the power of positive affirmation, the things you have to know is, one, you've got to think it. Number two, you've got to speak it. Number three, you've got to act it. And number four, you've got to become it. So how do you put all of this together? What are you thinking? How are you thinking what you're thinking? What forms the larger part of your thought process? Number one is the gateways. You have to guide the gateways. And this is like a counsel to you. The gateways of your life, the sense organs, the sense of sight, the sense of, that's the sense of vision, hearing, auditory, the sense of smell, the sense of feel, and touch. You've got to know what you're hearing. In the morning when you tune into the news, because what you tune into, you turn into. What are the things you're tuning into? Oh, you get a call from your village that someone died. I don't want that call early in the morning, because I want to tune into more positive stuff. Tell me someone just hit the jackpot. Someone just made some billions. Come on. That's what I want to hear now. What's exciting me. I want to hear that someone just motivated some group and everyone is getting all inspired, influenced, informed at the same time taking some action. That's the news I want to hear in the morning. Not that someone just died. Come on. So these are the things that, we need to follow through. So when you think about what you're thinking, you have to know the source of what you're thinking. Pastor Funke Adejumo once said, you can't unhear what you've heard. Come on, you can't unhear what you've heard. So you have to think about it. So what are you hearing? What are you listening to? What is the first thing that comes to your mind, that preoccupies your mind in the morning when you wake up? So you have to select the news that you want to hear, because it's better to make the news, than to be the ones watching the news, because you've got to be at the top to be the topic. Come on. Coach Andy in the house. And I want you to know, as I wind down, this is life for you. Life is a gift of divinity, but living is a choice of humanity. So what choices are you making? I'm making a choice, to confess positively. And what are the things you need to do when, you're making your positive affirmations? Number one is write out the negative things, 5 negative things that, you see every time. 5 negative things that you see. Write about them. Then begin to write the opposites of those negatives. So write the positives by their side to side. Now, don't confess the negative. And someone said, "Oh, coach, but this is reality." Come on, no. Your reality is your reality. My reality is my perception. And my perception is your reality. So the way I see what you see might be different. And once it's different, then my result will be different from your own result. So if I begin to see differently from what you see, then definitely my results will change. And that's life for you. Now, that is the first thing you need to do. You begin to, change your perception about what you see. Very, very important. And the second thing to do, is to begin to realize, that when you begin to speak those positive things as against the negative things, those positive things you speak will override the negative things that you have written down. It's always a praise and pleasure. A pleasure from me, letting you know that it's all possible. You can speak the future you want. Come on, you can speak into that reality that you want. But it's all up to you to decide what you're speaking. So the question this, very moment is, what are you speaking about? What are you speaking to? Are you talking about the problem? Or are you talking to the problem? Listen to this. Are you talking about the problem? Or are you talking to the problem? Your very own triple E equivalent to 5%. Exuberant, excited, decisive, always in excitement, boxing in the euphoria of the moment. Coach Andy is saying, life is a gift of divinity, but living is the choice of humanity. Stay at the top. Bye for now.